Install a handbrake in a 350Z. As you know from the last week's video, Evan's car has that already all fitted. So today it's time for my baby to get us all done. So make sure to stay tuned, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out. See you in a minute. Okay guys, so first of all we're gonna disassemble the dashboard. As you can see, the seat is already out. We removed the seat, you know, just to make life a little bit easier, especially my seat. My seat doesn't really move, you know, so I was like, probably it would be so much easier now just to get it out, to get it better access. And so for now we're just gonna disassemble the dashboard. You're just starting with the getting the gear knob off, and basically there is a 2 screws here on the side. Then once we lift this, we're gonna lift this plastic off. There is another couple of screws in there, and I'm pretty sure there's a one hidden one in here as well, somewhere in the ashtray. So we're gonna do all of that, you know. Once we have a dashboard out, and we're gonna update you guys on the next step, and then Jacob is gonna crack on with this job here. And in the meantime, I'm gonna go and get some tools. So I'll see you soon. And yeah, I'm so excited, you know, to get this all done, you know. Hopefully today, you know, we're planning, I'm just saying, we're only planning to do that. I'm not saying it's going to be done, but the plan is to get a seat in as well. So this is something, you know, we haven't showed you the seat that we've got it yet. Evan was hiding stuff like it was supposed to be a surprise. He still haven't seen it, but his seat is done. It took us a little bit of time to figure the bracket out, you know, especially if you want a low mount one for the 350. And I'll tell you what guys, you know, this is something that we've learned from all the research that we've done. 8 hours of work, you know, to try to fit the rails and fit the bracket, you know, to get the side mounts to work with the bracket, you know, that we've used. And anyway, I do know that a lot of guys on YouTube, you know, had the same similar issue, you know, so we kind of knew it was not going to be easy, but actually we never thought it was going to be as difficult as that. But eventually we got it done. The seat is in the 350Z. Yeah, make sure to stay till the end of this video guys, you know, for the final result. And we are back. We picked up some ratchet, Phillips screwdriver, and let's hope this is gonna go as planned, which means I'm really hoping this is gonna go, you know, nice and handy and smooth, with the help of Jacob. And it's definitely actually gonna go smooth. And you know what, you guys, it's gonna go smooth because he's after having a few subs of that, you know. Good old friend monster. He's gonna turn green in a minute, you know. So he's gonna rip that car apart. Right, let's do this. Yeah, so as you see, we have a piece is out. So we still have a couple of, you know, Phillips bolts to loose up. So I'm gonna hand the screwdriver to Jacob. Jacob, I'm gonna get you to crack on with that. Yeah. Get this all nice and loose, all the bolts, pop them in there into that little box, you know, so we can keep it all together. And yeah, Jesus, let's do this. So excited to get that fitted, so excited. 4 weeks, this is all we have left. It's 4 weeks to get that car ready, you know. So let's hope, you know, we're gonna go through it. The only thing is, we would have started everything a lot sooner after booking a first Mondello drifting event that we're gonna go to, but it took us ages, you know, for waiting on parts and stuff, you know. So that was the only major delay that we've got. So I am really hoping, you know, that the 4 weeks should be enough. I know it's tight, I know it's not a hell lot of time, you know, but I'm positive. Couple of late nights with Jacob, you know, and Evan, and I really hope there is a light at the end of the tunnel, lads. There is a light. So let's do this. So guys, you might have remember from the previous video that we were doing, you know, Evan was giving out so much, and hopefully he's gonna pop that little clip, you know, of when he was giving out about the wiring that someone done on the radio that he had.
Holy shit, whoever did the fucking wiring for the radio,
It's crazy.
whoever did it needs, like, straight up, like, no mess. Boom, boom, boom.
They're fitted with the Bluetooth in this 350. So we're after taking out the one that I currently have in it, that someone done it, and I'll tell you one thing, fair play to that guy, because it's not bad. Look at this. And do you remember last time what was happening with Evan's one? Like, he was losing his mind with it, but this is clean. This is tidy. So yeah, there is some guys, you know, the electricians, electronic people, I don't know, you know what I'm trying to say, you know, people that work with the radios, electrics and stuff like that, you know, that they know what they're doing. And I'll tell you one thing, this is savage work. This is savage, isn't it, Jacob?
Savage.
It's not too bad, is it not?
It's clean.
Yeah, it's clean, so that will be so much easier to know. So yeah, it's time for a time lapse. So guys, as you can see, we've managed to disassemble the whole middle console. Everything is out. The funny thing about it, there's supposed to be like a little module here, VSC module I think it's called, you know, for that's responsible for your traction, you know, but it seems like somebody already done that. So someone definitely had some fun with that car. And then we have, I think, the airbags and ABS plugged into that, you know, which also has to come out. I think, no, that's just the airbags itself. Yeah, SR airbags. So we are gonna disconnect all the airbags as well, because as I said, it's the drift car, we don't need that. So we have it all out. Also, just to let you know as well, the control panel, we've mentioned as well in the previous video, that control panel that sits in here has to be, unfortunately, if you go with the GKTech kit, has to be put in the far wall, pushed into that position. You know, you won't be able to bolt it, you know, back into the original spot, because there is not enough clearance, you know, for the master cylinder to fit in there, you know. But if you move that there, and also there is a little brace, you've seen in the time lapse there was a brace that was going right across it here, the console, we also cut that there to get a bit of space, you know. So that is the process so far. The next thing is we're gonna crack those 4 bolts here around the gear shifter, and this is where the hydraulic GKTech bracket is gonna literally mount straight into that, you know. So it's so easy, and then the whole assembly should fit right there. And then once we have it all done, we're gonna take the piece here with all the controls, you know, that we're gonna cut out the little square here for the hydro handle to fit in, so everything is gonna be nice and tidy. Nice and tidy, innit?
Nice and tidy.
Nice and tidy. So let's do this. Okay guys, so yeah, we cracked all the 4 bolts, you know, and as you see, so this rubber gasket that covers your access to the gear shifter, it's all out. So the next part is we have all hydro from GKTech assembly ready. We went with the trim piece, the mount itself, that it's going to allow us to mount the hydro inside. So what we're going to do, we're just going to basically, this whole bracket with the 4 holes, it lines up, you know, all the holes. This is this is the special kit just for the 350Z, you know. So if you head over to GKTech website, you know, to check the guys out, you know, see what they have, guys, the stuff, it's unbelievable. It makes your life so much easier. And if you really want to keep your car nice and clean, you know, if you do have that daily driver drift car that you want to take it to the track, you know, and rip it, sometimes this is the best option, you know. And honestly, like myself and Evan, we were trying to research it everywhere, and out of all the other competitors, this was the best option. Even though I've purchased the stuff before, I had a different hydro setup that I was going to run, but I've actually decided to change my mind, you know, and I went ahead with this after seeing the result that Evan got, you know, with the clearance and the way it looked. It was just savage. So yeah, definitely a big massive shout out to you guys at the GKTech, you know, for this beautiful kit, you know, that we got it here. And it's not a sponsored link just yet, you know, maybe in the future. You never know. So yeah, we're gonna put that up now. The bracket, you know, it goes directly over the boot, then you just bolt the 4 bolts back on it that you took it out, and that should just sit nicely. Okay guys, so a little bump while we were installing the handbrake, you know, we were just about to fit it. There is one thing that is kind of on the way that is not allowing us to have that flush finish, you know, against the transmission tunnel. It's that bolt. So see that little bolt here, it's unfortunately is a little bit too long, you know, that GKTech provided. So what we're gonna have to do is just give that little trim, couple of threads, you know, just to get that perfect finish. So I'm gonna get a grinder now, my favorite tool. Now let's do this. Okay, so we have everything, as you can guys see, pretty much installed, bar the bolts that are going into the transition, right? So the main mistakes that we were doing, we were trying to reuse the original bolts that they were provided by the, obviously when you don't have the bracket, we were using the previous bolts, you know, so they didn't align, they didn't match, and we didn't know what was going on. We were trying to we were nearly going to cut the whole fucking card out, you know, but we didn't. I thought of it and I remembered when we were doing Evan's car only a couple of days ago, and I can't remember this now. There's special bolts provided by GKTech. So the GKTech gives you 4 longer bolts to fit the assembly. So obviously once you have this like a spacer, you know, the bracket is on, it's obviously it's a lot thicker now, which means you just need a longer bolts, you know. So yeah, GKTech does have those bolts in their kit, which is absolutely savage, you know. So don't cut the half of your car like I nearly did, just use the longer bolts. So it's all in. Look at this, Gucci woohoo, that's nice. Look at that, solid, literally like the whole thing. The car is shaking, lads, the car is fucking shaking. No one else. That is savage. So the only issue we had was just the bolts, and the bolts were there, and we are done now. The hydro is in. The next thing is obviously to put it all together. We're gonna cut out the dashboard, you know, to fit this still. And this is the beauty of the couriers shipping times and everything now. With the Brexit alone, guys, it's just not helping to get anything in, you know, on time. So we are still waiting on the lines, and I've ordered them from Chase Base. The guys from Chase Base had the inline kit, you know, which is exactly what I'm going to be running here. It's an inline kit that it's going to directly, so you're deleting your ABS, so you're replacing them with the lines provided by Chase Base, and then you go from ABS to your master cylinder, and then from master cylinder out to your calipers that you have there. And basically we're just gonna delete the original lines, and we're gonna replace them with the new Chase Base. So you pretty much like, you're doing like a new brake system for your rear, you know, and that way you still have your brakes, you know, for the rear and the front, and still, you know, your hydro, when you pull it, you know, when you pull this magic handle, it's gonna do it's gonna lock your wheels. It should lock your wheels anyway. So this is something that we're gonna do probably in the next episode. For now, guys, I'm gonna take you through the process of just getting that nicely cut out. The idea is to use the Evans piece that he has as an example, and I'm really hoping it's just gonna match, so I don't have to do it bit by bit. I can just take his thing, cut out an exactly same shape, you know, and just go from there. And then once that's done, I might just test fit it, you know, just to make sure it's all good, and then we are gonna move on to try to fit that seat, which took us, like I said to you before, in Evan's car, 10 hours. 10 hours, unbelievable. you know, I'd say it should be a lot easier. We are going to finish the handbrake, guys. We are going to also show you how to run the lines if you're planning on doing the inline setup, not a dual setup like Evan did in his 350. So I'm going to show you the inline setup, how it's done when the lines arrive in, which is going to be, it's going to be added to one of the episodes as well, you know. But for now, let's just finish this whole assembly here. Okay guys, so we are back, and this is the piece, you know, that we're going to be trimming next. So this is your this is where your gear knob is, and then you'll have all the controls for the air conditioning, heating and all that stuff. So the handle of the handbrake is going to come out here, so I have to cut a little piece, like a little square piece, that I'm going to match it from the one we've done previously on Evan's car. And once that's done as well, guys, there is something that you need to know about these controllers. Unfortunately, when you turn this around, there is the control unit, the actual panel itself, you know, this is where the hydrant sits. It's sitting on this side. The cage, the height of the cage is not allowing this to drop down fully, you know. So basically, if you're trying to put everything together, this is stopping the clearance from having a nice fitment. So what you have to do, unfortunately, you're going to have to flip your switches around. So this you have to go upside down. So this is going to end up initially there on this side, and then once you're going to do that, you're going to have this nice lovely flat surface that you have it up here on the bottom. And then all you got to do, which is that side here, actually the top one, you're going to trim the little piece, the width pretty much of the cage of the handbrake. If obviously if you're going with the GKTech one, this is the kind of setup and the exact thing that you're going to have to do. If it's a different handbrake, guys, you know, it's obviously you'll have to do your OEM custom stuff, which is what we've learned here on our project. So yeah, we're going to flip this around, pop this out, turn this around, do a bit of trimming on the unit, you know. So I want to keep my controls, like I said, and we're going to cut the hole in here in this spot, and let's hope for the best. So I'm going to get the Jacob to give me a hand with that, with his precision hands, and let's do this. So guys, this is it, you know. We have, that's Evan's piece that we cut it previously, you know, as you can see, that's the hole where the hydro goes into. Then we've measured everything. So we were trying to do an exact match by literally cutting out the cardboard and trying to get that match. Honestly, it is pretty awkward. I'd say the best show to do that we feel, it's just basically take the measurements, you know. In that case, well, in our case, we just took the measurements, you know, we're just gonna drill the hole. But basically, it's the best way to do is just cut a little by little by little. Don't just dig into it and, you know, drill the massive hole, you know. Just take your time, drill a little, sit it in, then drill it again, measure maybe against the dashboard, just to make a tidy job. So as you can see, we have the outline of whereabouts we're going to be cutting, which kind of, if you look from the distance, it looks similar, and I really hope it's gonna work. I'm not gonna do straight away that cut, the far kind of out, the outer outline. I'm gonna go more from the inside, you know, and then I'm gonna test fit, and then if I need more room, I'm just gonna start maybe just, you know, trimming around a little bit more if I have to. For that, obviously the best thing to do is just to use your precision tool, you know, just to cut the hole, because if you go with the big angle grind, it's just gonna damage the whole thing. So for now, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna pop in our favorite time lapse, and let's see what we can do. So guys, after a couple of tries of trying to shave it off the plastic trim bit, you know, to fit the hydro, we succeed, and I'm actually really excited to show you now how it turned out. So there you go. This is your actual room, and an extra little hole in the dash to fit this beautiful golden Jesus handle. So yeah, we're gonna now put it all together and show you the final result. And actually, by the way, if you're new to the channel, guys, and if you lasted so long to listen to me and Evan and Jacob, make sure to subscribe to our channel. And yeah, that's it. Just don't be a dick and subscribe to our channel. See ya. So guys, we are coming into the end of this episode. I'm just going to check it out. See, Jacob was just finishing up the whole assembly. We ran into the little tiny bump, you know, but look, it's a drift life, baby, drift life. So we're gonna check it out and see where we are at, you know. The hydrate's already in it. We're just gonna have to finish off assembling the dashboard. We're gonna fit that all in and show you what it looks like when it's done. I hope you guys are excited. And here we go, guys. This is the moment we all been waiting for. The final result. Look at this, how clean that looks. All the panels are in, everything is Gucci like the way it should be. And for the final touch,
a Dragon Ball gear knob.
A Dragon Ball gear knob to match the gear stick. What do you guys think of that, huh? It looks absolutely savage. Love it, absolutely love it. So that's it for today, guys. It's pretty dark in here, we're gonna get out, hold on. That's it for today, guys. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for supporting all the subscribes. Jacob was a massive help today, you know. We did a great job, you know. So we're gonna finish it. As you see, it's getting dark outside. And once again, guys, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.
Keep dancing with the devil, but it is a lullaby.